4,
3, 2, 1.
When do I know to go? Okay.
Jason, don't you love the way that Corey grabs that microphone?
So they matriculate into the feed.
What does that mean?
Move into.
Why didn't you say that? Matriculate? I don't. I mean, Jason's.
It is a little more complex than that.
Jason's
you matriculate to a school.
Jason's made a lot of passes on me, and so I never know what's code and what's like just a word I should figure out by context.
The weirdest thing is when I grab his like inner thigh, he just doesn't even move. He just sits there like a statue. but if I say something to him, he gets all confused.
I feel like just sitting here right now. I have a little Beto power. Have you voted yet?
I have not. I told you. You know that. You checked in with me at 5:15. Right? And
when's early voting?
Early voting's happening now. Exercise your rights as an American.
Good choice, Sohail.
I'm writing in Kanye.
You can't write in anybody. I wouldn't even let you.
I'll write in.
I was so mad. I got down to the bottom.
And
it was like, these are all the people that have already been elected. I'm like, my vote don't count.
Because they had nobody running against them?
Yeah. Texas law now lets you be auto-elected if you have no opponent.
I've got to start looking for those offices in my home districts that are just nobody's running it and just signing up for it.
Dude, you know,
I'm the
like volunteer.
I'm the railroad, whatever, of Johnson County, Texas. Just like some random ass office.
It's gonna be.
That is pretty.
You think they can hear us?
When I don't want to trigger anybody, but when I was,
do you think they can hear us?
I don't know. But when I was,
they can hear you.
Good. When I was first getting started in this business and I didn't have a job. This is before I met Corey Thompson. He affected my life in many positive ways. I missed the opportunity to get the dog catcher / code enforcement job in Grandview, Texas. That would have been so much fun to do.
No, you didn't miss an opportunity.
Let me just. Can we throw this heat yet? Are we ready to go? I'm ready to jump into this.
Let's go.
I got a script I got to read.
I didn't. You said we were warming up, bro.
You can't say that. You got to be like, nah, this is natural, bro. I don't rehearse this. I wake up like this. That's how you wake up. So
my O-face? I don't know.
Yeah.
Buddy, I'm just glad you're being you.
You just put a black mic in front of my face and my mouth wants to go on it. But
I feel like that's what they were trying to avoid.
All right. My name is Corey Thompson. I was born in Texas. I worked in the oil field for 13 years before getting laid off. I started flipping one house at a time, doing work myself. Trust me, Spoon, I learned the hard way. I built Roughneck Real Estate with my friends, and now we do hundreds of deals a year. I got on YouTube because I wanted to teach the men that built this country with their bare hands how to own something that works for them. Can you believe that, Braxton? This is the Roughneck Real Estate channel, and today we're going to talk about the real estate state of the union. Spoon, what do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Roll tape.
Yeah, where the kid rides. This live stream is brought to you by GBT Property Management.
Ooh.
That we're in here now.
That sounds legit. It's way better than Fleshlight. That's how Joe Rogan got started.
What?
His sponsor was always Fleshlight.
All right, you're starting to scare me, Jason. But
this is a real estate state of the union.
Oh, okay. We're not allowed to talk about anything.
That was a good
in the script.
We got a whole script up here. We gotta stay on topic, Spoon. I can't see what the topics are, so
okay.
We'll talk about your Fleshlight addiction. If you want to air that out.
Go ahead.
My collection of none.
All right. So what y'all think about this whole real estate market, Braxton?
Just get off a long Zoom call discussing that.
Really? Were they discussing the real estate market, Spoonie?
Oh, they were.
Well, not that Zoom call, the jet one.
Oh, how did that go? Fill us in.
Just said, like we're definitely seeing that turn and need to pump the brakes and not stop, but be very, very diligent and You know, if it looks like it needs a second look, give it a second look. You know, like we can't be stretching. It can't be any more of this fake liquidity or anything. Like it's got to be real. It's got to be there. They've got to have an exit and doubling down also on like pushing for refis. Like,
oh, they're pushing for refis.
Yeah,
they're calling. They're in that card on you hard. They're Nikita called you yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, she's called Jacob.
Yep.
So,
but he's just talking about,
I mean,
you know, got to push even harder on that because they can't get stuck with inventory with no money to deploy.
I've only had that loan 2 weeks. It'll be interesting to see when she calls.
No, you got other jet
John did
loans.
8.
Yeah, you got other jet
He's
loans.
listed on all those.
Oh, okay. All right. So Spoonie, what do you think about this old real estate market, old son? Let me rephrase. You just heard the hard money lender give their perspective. What did you hear?
I heard that they're tightening up.
What did you hear though? The only thing I heard is a property management company, guys, we can manage your property anywhere in Texas. Jet might need some property management here pretty soon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They might get a little something back that they got to rent out.
They may need somebody to go out and shred all their properties they got too. We can do that.
Also possible.
Also might need a lawnmower.
GBT Property Management is also equipped for that.
We also have lawn mowing capability, Spoonie. I got a lawnmower in my personal lawnmower, and then I got your big bitch lawnmower.
I can bring my ZTR
That's two
too.
lawnmowers.
Yeah. In my yard.
I got a ZTR too. We can bring it. We can really ramp up production.
So, what else did you hear about? When I hear that from a lender, what are you thinking?
I don't think that is good.
Oh, I love it. I'm a personal fan. I think if a bank ends up with a property or a lender ends up with a property, you think they want to own it?
No.
You think they want to own it?
It's not their business.
So even if lenders stop lending, okay, so they're gonna, let's say they stop lending. They're just like, okay, we're gonna get real tight. We're only gonna loan to you if you've got a 770 credit score, something wild like that, right? Gets really, really difficult. Do you think if they own something, do you think their terms will be a little better?
I mean, as far as getting rid of it,
yeah.
That's how I got my first rent house and my first rent house loan from a bank.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A bank called you up and said, we own this.
No, it's Pinnacle in Cleveland. I went and asked them if they had something, and they sold me that one at De Leon for $23,000.
That's how I got my first personal residence. I walk in the bank every day. They'd foreclose on 2 properties. They try to sell them to me. Eventually, I walked in, and the price had got to a point where they no longer got any pushback from me, and I snatched it up. Mm-hmm. So, what's your strategy moving forward, Braxton? What do you think?
As far as lending or buying?
Well, I mean, not lending. I'm not, we never, like on the loans that we do, on every loan that we've done, I always think it's always underwritten to be a rental in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what about the buying? Like you got an opportunity here. What do you see?
How I look at it is it's like you kind of buy based off what the bank will loan you. And if the bank isn't going to loan you as much, then you got to buy deeper.
Big discounts.
Like that's it though. The model still works, but you've got to adjust the model to work at what the market will let work.
So we bought one last week. I guess it finally funded. Spoon's watching his phone. He's so attentive.
My Zoom call, buddy.
Fuck that Zoom call.
All right.
So we don't give a damn about that Zoom call. We got off the Zoom call to get on to here, but we did close on a deal on the lake. Did we reach on it?
Yep.
It's a reach. How big of a reach do you think it is?
That long term, it's not a reach at all in that area,
dude. I went this morning driving up here. I pulled up Zillow. I wanted to see on those fingers what was listed. Okay. What do you think the range of prices were?
Oh, the other day when I checked, it was, we were 160 to 280 over there.
Spoon didn't see it. He missed it. 135 grand. What did we pay?
140.
Spoon signed the paperwork. He said 160. You said 140. Which was it? 140 or 160?
160 is what we borrowed.
We did not borrow 160.
I thought we did. On that.
We brought $6,900 to the closing for that one.
We won't talk hypotheticals. We're just
just pull it up.
We paid 140 for it. We paid 140 for sure. Spoon, you went to that closing, but you signed for 160. I think you're thinking of Sun Chase.
Probably.
Sun Chase, I thought we
140.
I'm just now coming out of a 6-week fog.
Yeah, well, the fog of war.
We've heard about that.
Yes, we know, Spoon. You back? You can jack off left-handed again?
I don't think I could ever do that.
But I
I'm
mean,
right
your
hand.
elbow's like back. You don't have the brace.
I can't
Whoa,
use it
don't
yet.
get that thing near me.
Can't use it yet. I got. I can't pick up more than like 2 pounds. So
Keep your pedo on them over there.
hey,
Okay.
just
But-
because you got new parts doesn't mean you have to be like slurry, like it
Whoa.
makes slurs.
Whoa. All right. So, but we reached on that one. 135 listing. I am going to drive by. I think I'm going to drive by there today. You bring your truck?
Mm-mm.
Well, we got a whole supply waiting for us at the Granbury store.
I'm going there first thing in the morning and grab it and haul it.
So if you can get that dump trailer on, when you say first thing in the morning, is it first thing in the morning,
No.
Braxton?
No, we've swapped now, so I can drop off all the kids. So 7:30, I drop them off and can be
Okay.
rolling.
I don't know what
Be
time.
there by 8:00.
Furman will get there, but Furman might not get there tomorrow.
I mean,
but
I'll
he's-
be at Home Depot at 8.
Yeah, Furman might not get there tomorrow, but he is talking about getting there tomorrow. But either way, that reach that we had on the lake, 130, okay, 135 is a low listing. What do you think the high is?
That's low. I mean, 200 maybe.
275.
That's better.
How could you even
Yeah.
there's no rhyme or reason. The worst part about it, I think the 135 doesn't have water. I think that's what's going on there. And the 275 does have water.
That would make you feel a whole lot better if it doesn't.
But on the map, it looks like it's on a finger, but I just think water isn't available.
It's a good community, though. I've talked to a lot of people in that neighborhood. It'd be all right.
No, it'll be fine. So what I did was I was just doing my little number crunching, and we're getting $1,500 a month for a single wide up on the north end. This is going to be the Acton School District.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be the good
best
school district. And it's on water. I mean, what do you think? $2,000 a month? We're talking about rent, by the way. What do you think?
I think that's doable.
I think
you
1,800
the
is real
experience.
realistic.
All right. So underwrote it, 8.5% interest. Went ahead and bumped the taxes way up because I know that they're going to be proud of it over there on the water. But bumped the taxes way up. Insurance about $1,500 a year, and got to about a 1520 PITI. So I mean, not ideal, but I mean,
Could be worse.
could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. And it's a very well maintained property. Got a nice deck. I really hadn't seen it. I mean, I've been to it, but they got cameras everywhere, so I was afraid to
Poke around too much.
Yeah, but I mean, they moved out. They were living there, so it's a livable property. They kept it pretty clean on the outside, so it's gonna be clean on the inside. Great property though. I personally, we've sold so many on the lake.
Hell, I wish we'd kept them all.
That one that we sold for 90. I mean, anyways,
Was that
it had sticker burrs. It was like a 3-1.
was that the one that me and you and Biggins like were, and he was brand new,
brand new big
like
ones.
3 weeks old.
Which you can find that video on Roughneck Real Estate YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook or someplace else, please go watch on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. You can leave us tips on YouTube as far as dollar bills, or you can leave us dirty comments on YouTube. We like those too.
I mean,
We like it all. But either way, we went there and negotiated that one. So that one's going to be pretty good. But I underwrote that at 8.5% interest. We got 7.5% interest on these mobile home loans that we did most recent. We do have a loan that's going to close this week. 2 more mobile homes getting refinanced this week. We will have a updated. Now that lender was at 675, and then it went up 75 basis points. So you're figuring 7.5 if it trends the same. But I'm underwriting everything at 8.5 because I don't think we'll get it refinanced
in
before
time.
there's another rate raise.
Where do you think it stops?
I don't know. The real interesting thing, I don't know where it stops. I mean, to me, the rates right now aren't high, right?
Well, because we pay 12% on everything.
It's not that. It's that historically, whenever I was into sub twos, we got a lot of 6 and 7% interest
Sure.
loans, you know, and that just seemed to be the base rate. There were worse rates out there. I mean, you got 9%, 8%. I mean, we've seen a lot of those. I think historically, you know, these rates are probably pretty normal.
When you see the chattel loans on trailers that some of these folks sign, you know, 14, 15%, stuff like that.
Yeah, but those have always, I mean, personal property, they can get away with a lot more. You know, they can go to 18%, they can go to usury. So not really, I don't never really pay that much attention to what they are. I know that they're like, you're a licensed mobile home dealer, correct, Spoon?
Yep.
I bet you if you call some manufacturers now with some cash, they got something for you.
Boy, they didn't want to talk to me, did they?
They didn't want to let you in last year. I bet you they'll let you in this year.
I bet they will too.
So, you know, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people with access to capital. I think if you've been wholesaling your whole career and if you burnt some of those cash buying relationships, Braxton, you know
Probably
what I
in
mean?
trouble.
Like they had cash buyers that would pay them money for a deal.
Mhm.
And then they would say, hey, you want to buy this for 70? And then you say, yeah, send me a contract. And they'll be like, actually, it's 75 now. Somebody's going to pay me 75 for it. So it's, or 72 for it. So it's 75 to you. I'll be like, bro, I told you yes at 70. Why my no deal?
Well, so we talked about this the other day, right? That thing is still just burning down on my TikTok, that clip from us talking about it. And I don't think a lot of people understand it because there's two ways you pitch that deal, right? You come into a group wherever you're posting this stuff and you say, hey, I've got a deal. It's 100,000. I want 110 for it. If you pitch it like that, if somebody gives you 110, take it. If you come into that group and say, hey, I've got 110,000, I've got a deal. It's under contract. We're asking 110,000 to start the bidding, but we won't, you know, best offer takes it. Great. I'm all about that too. But when you start changing your terms in the middle of stuff, a lot of people have been burned over the last year, 2, 3, since I got started. Like when I got started with the group that I got started with before I went broke, they taught it as part of their curriculum. Like, hey, they taught giving haircuts to sellers. They taught, you know, hey, if you get the action, try to pull that thing back and like really ratchet up the, put the screws to your buyers. And it just never felt right to me because I grew up in a place where you just shake a dude's hand and it's a done deal.
Well, I don't, on the haircut to sellers. So in this marketplace right now, we closed on a deal that a dude was dying. He was dying. We might have got ripped off by a guy claiming he was dying.
Yeah, that dude disappeared. Like I'm like, I don't know if he's running from the DEA. What happened to that dude? But he's gone. Are you talking about the cabin?
No.
Oh, that's the same story over there.
Yeah, but we paid good. We're good on the cabin.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that's where you're talking about.
An unbelievable buy. It's $45,000 to a mobile home and a cabin. Come on, get real. We're good on.
Which one are you talking about? We've got a lot of these dudes.
No, the one in Waco recently. We had Braxton. You remember
Brick 3-2.
Yeah.
Oh.
I learned what a pier and beam foundation is.
That
Is
one.
the vents.
the vents? He was standing in it, and I said, "Is it slab?" He said, "Oh yeah, it's slab." I said, "Send me pictures." A 1960 slab, or 59, or was it 59 or 58?
Late 50s. I don't know.
Late 50s. There was a red flag there. I was like, late 50s slab? It's going to be interesting. Like, they did slabs then.
Especially in Texas.
Well, they did slabs then, but
Why
they
not?
were not very good. So anyways, he sent me the picture. I said, "You see that vent next to the air conditioner?" "Yeah, that means you're a pier and beam." But either way, it got down to the end. We needed to give that guy a haircut. We needed to renegotiate because the marketplace we contracted under versus when we got clear title had shifted so hard.
First off, what's a haircut to sellers? Can you real quick keep that in your mind where you're going, Corey? Just
it's asking for a discount. It's going back and retrading them. So you got a contract, you put up earnest money, and if you don't honor that contract, the earnest money goes to the seller. So you basically come back and say, "Hey, look, things have shifted in the marketplace," which is the truth. "I need a bigger discount because interest rates have gone up."
Which I don't think anybody, like, that's part of life. Like the dude that we tried to close on that property twice, just released that deal
Yeah.
because that we were closing on it was a good deal for everybody. The dude went crazy. We tried to close again, went crazy. Like we went to closing table.
Went to closing table.
and then the market went.
Saved our ass.
Yep, saved our ass. And he's like, "Yeah, I want to sell it now." And we're like, "Hey, homie, like I'll give you half of what we offered."
Yeah, we're not there no more because it's land. Land is just a little bit harder deal to do. When it was 2 different parcels,
Sure.
and there was no chopping it up. It was only 16 acres. Location wise is A+, but it's whatever. It's like, hey, go sell it on the open market. Somebody will buy it. Go sell it on the open market. We're going to release our memo. We're not even going to try to enforce it because we don't want it at that price and we don't want no smoke. So we released our memo. But this particular deal, when we talk about giving somebody a haircut, a lot of times in previous marketplaces, it's a hot market. They put it out and they're only going to make a $10,000 payday. So they'll go back to the seller and try to get a deeper discount so they can make a $20,000 payday. And that's what you're talking about that they were teaching.
Absolutely. They, like it doesn't matter if they say they want $1 million, sign it, then go back and tell them you can sell it for 20,000.
That's right. And so you try to get that discount so you can get your payday up. And that's the unethical part of it.
Absolutely.
In our situation, we did not go back and ask the dying guy for a discount. It's really how much you believe in the real estate. So if I've got a 5-year window, which I do have a 5-year window, I can own that real estate. I know I'm getting a deal. What do we pay? 140, 300 neighborhood. In yesterday's
square
market,
footage is there.
The square footage is there. The neighborhood's there. The rents are there. It's going to be a $1,900 a month rental. So it's like, okay, it's not going to work out as well for me in the short term. We've been getting $90,000 offers on that property on the market. So it's on the market in the condition it's in right now. The sharks are smelling blood in the water.
Sure.
And so they're just gut shooting offers. And I love it. I fucking love it. I love that that's happening. I'm never get mad. I'm just like, every time we get one of those offers, I tell our agent, all right, they took the time to write us an offer. You take the time to write a contract back, seller finance addendum and everything, put the 90 as the down payment and we'll carry the balance. Write it back to them and send it back to them. They took the time to write us one, take the time to write them an offer back and send it back to them. If it goes, it goes. If it don't, it don't. But what do you think about it, Braxton?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, if you can pay any price for real estate and eventually it'll come back. Just like what you said, it depends on your timeline. If you've got the 5 years, no problem, so it's one of those deals. It will be okay eventually. Just right now, it's not going to work out.
Well, it depends on your exit. Here's where we're going to get crushed. Here's where we're personally going to get crushed. You know what it is, Spoon? What do you think it is? We're with the peak. We'll call it peak real estate. Okay. The peak real estate that we bought in the last however many months it is. Okay.
Let's see, 6 months.
Yeah. So we'll call that peak real estate. So we bought it at the peak last time. We're shoving tenants in. I mean, we're doing bandit signs.
Like shoehorn, just plop right in there.
Just shoving tenants in and getting it in front of a bank. Because what do you think? What do you think's gonna nibble on our ass a little bit?
What's going to nibble on our ass?
Yeah,
the debt service on it.
Nah, fuck the debt service. What's going to nibble on our ass?
I don't know.
You know, Braxton?
Bank stop.
Well, kind of. Don't know.
I mean, no, I don't know what you're saying.
Appraisals are going to fucking start nibbling on that
They're
ass.
going to start plummeting. Yeah.
They're going to start nibbling on that ass a little bit. Because what are we doing in Bastrop right now?
Oh, we're tanking the market.
We're tanking a fucking neighborhood.
Like just breaking it. There's going to be people like, oh my God, I overpaid because we don't have to, but we chose to get away from a property.
No, we're making 30 grand. Spoon, reverse. We're making 30 grand in this marketplace. Can you believe how fucking awesome it is?
Bro, I woke up feeling awesome this morning.
Dude,
I knew it.
It's great. But at that point, we're going to take a 480 property. We're going to sell it for 260.
There's gonna be so many mad people in that neighborhood that just bought. Oh my God!
Well, not the ones that bought. If they're living there and enjoying it, they're fine. Those 2 other listings that are for 480, they're toast. Their ship sailed. They did not get, they did not get out of that. And I hate that we can't stay in that property a little longer. But what is it, Spoonie? What's the property? You've been there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just land.
It's just land. We can't put a tenant on land.
Right.
So
it's only debt service only and maintenance only.
Yeah,
That's
not
all.
won't be much maintenance, but I'm
just saying that for the people listening. If you own a bunch of lots, the city's going to make you mow them. Like
Yeah.
there's stuff that comes with land that it's not giving you money back.
That's right, and it's hard to make it give it money back. You know, we bought some lots. We got an infill lot in San Antonio. It's toast.
2 in Belton
We got 2 in Belton. We're going to be builders.
on all of them.
We're going to be Bob the Builder. We're going
Matter
to
of
go.
fact, I just got the policy rider on the way up here.
We're going to be
Good to
Bob
go.
the Builder. We're going to be building houses. We know how to build a house.
But we don't.
Well,
We're
we
going to
don't.
learn though.
We're-
Fuck it.
We're going to within three houses. Will we know how to build a house?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're going to build it whenever other people are not building. So we're going to have good subs.
Yeah. And when it comes back around the next time, we're not going to be the guys trying to start their business in.
Won't be trying to start it. So being well capitalized, well connected, and willing to do the work. And the reason why we're well capitalized and well connected is because we are willing to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there ain't a person that you know that you're going to go ask for money, right? We're building out yesterday, we're writing down who we know with money to build our little fund, taking all of our private money. You're like, I'm going to go talk to so-and-so and so-and-so. You know what I mean? But what do they know about you?
They know I will always make it happen, even if I got to sell my truck, like whatever it is. Like I'm just saying, like we make it happen.
Yeah, but it won't come to that.
No, I'm not saying that. Like I was being over the top.
Little extra.
We don't.
You'll work 80-hour weeks till you make it happen.
Yeah.
Is the better way.
Yeah, we're just going to go do it.
Absolutely. Everybody sitting here, and in some way, I mean, everybody at this little round table will sacrifice to make sure that job gets done when other people won't, period.
It's going to get done. It's our name. It's our reputation. We're going to go we're going to build the real estate. We're going to buy the real estate. We're going to manage the real estate. We're going to run the real estate. You were out doing electrical work on one of our little apartments with Colby the other day.
We got to finish that one out.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? I'm putting out bandit signs for rentals. New guys putting out bandit sign for rentals.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Braxton, and the new guy are cleaning out a property on. Me and Biggins, we got on them. Me and Biggins did our thing. We ate. They were mostly done when me and Biggins got there. Me and Biggins showed up. We found a nice toy, played with it for a little while, hauled some trash around, did our thing. We nice little Saturday.
I like your thing now though, because it's more than the old days. Like,
What?
Like when it was different. It's a different amount of things because you got Biggins with you, so you'll get out there on the equipment and just do stuff. Like it's fun times.
Oh yeah, well,
I mean, it wasn't a bad time. Like we'd just been there 2.5 hours cleaning out a mobile home, roll up, get the skid steer off the trailer, move some stuff around the field.
Yeah,
get put Biggins on like a I don't know, like a car or something.
it's a little trailer.
Drove
We found an electric
like a battery
four-wheeler,
powered, yeah.
and it was a dinosaur, and he
Oh,
knew
that's
it was a
pretty cool.
dinosaur, and he's calling it a dinosaur. He's like, my dinosaur.
Did you take it home?
No, it wouldn't. It did just what it needed to do. It kept him going for a little bit.
I got the deals of the house. We could put your Milwaukee batteries or Ralby batteries on it, and it'll do burnouts. Like my kids, they do power slides in there.
We might have to load it up. It's still there. We didn't haul it off.
It's legit fun once you double up the battery.
Yeah,
hitting the old motor.
We might, and there's still some stuff in that shed. I mean, we got washers and dryers, a couple of things.
Yeah.
We didn't clean out that back part of the shed because it looked like good stuff. We like tools and washers, dryers, stuff like that. But either way, I mean, we're out there doing that. We could have not done that Saturday. We could have done whatever it was we were going to do, but we did that instead. And this weekend I did more bandit signs. Had a record week of leasing and everything else. And the reason why is because a lot of our flip inventory is now rental inventory. And, we're going to keep punching for those refis until the banks say, hey, whoa. And as we get that money back, we're going to shift it over. We're going to do a little fun thing, shift that over and reinvent our business into a 3-year hold versus a 6-month hold then refi.
And I think a lot of the people that we work with will appreciate that.
Dude, they're long term anyways. You know what I mean? It'll give them 90% of the upside. It gives us a job. So blessed to have a job during this economy that we can go out and do the work. We can install septics. We can do the work, I mean, blessings for everybody. And then nurture our banking relationships, and also the big banks. Now that we have property management and everything else, we can go to them and say, hey, look, if you own some real estate that you don't want to own,
way ahead of you.
we're there.
I'm thinking the same thing. Like, it's only a matter of time. And I think a lot of the people that were, so when I came back 4 or 5 years ago, right before I met you, I was talking to the same bank that sold me my first one, right?
Yep.
And they were like, we got so many people wanting to buy from us now. I don't think those people are there. They're not going to go to these little crap holes where they pick up these loans at that
Yeah.
we love to go to buy in.
Yeah. And you know, it'll be a good deal for the bank. I don't know how regulatory wise, I don't know how gracious they can be with their interest rates. The only thing I do know is when I got my first property, my credit did not earn me the interest rate I got. It was because the bank owned the real estate, so they gave me that 4.25% interest rate. You know what I mean?
They basically bought your points down to get it off their books.
They just wanted it off their books. They wanted a note.
Did they want it off their books more after you burned some stuff down there?
They did want it off the books more after I burned the house
before
down
you
on it.
signed the papers.
They did want that. So those of you that haven't seen that, it's on my YouTube. I burnt down a house before I owned it, and there's a video of it, and we put it on the internet. And
I mean, so just so y'all know, because you have something under contract does not mean you can go burn it down. You want to wait till you close on it. And in these days, times have changed a little bit.
Are you sure though? I'm pretty sure that's the due diligence clause.
The fire department
How does
might
it
be
burn?
upset with you in some other places if you're just lighting houses on fire.
Well, in my defense, I've gotten the illegal burn ticket twice.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying I haven't burned down a building. Like, we've all had to clear that building before, and you're like, well, poof, and then it's easier with the tractor to pick it up that way, right? But that was the old days. So like, it's not as easy now.
Wasn't old days for me. Last time I got in trouble for illegal burning, you had to go out there and
that will never happen again. That's what Jesus is for, to go. Like, they're like, well, sir, whether you did this or not, if you want a class A misdemeanor, do this again. Because that's and I'm like, I still owe those guys. I gotta go by the fire department's like next fundraiser and give them some cash.
You better quit talking about it. Because I was like, Spoon called me, he's like, did you? I'm like, I did not.
Quit talking about it.
Spoon's like, did you like? I did not. I'm getting calls from the fire department. I'm like, it wasn't me.
Don't know anything about it.
I know nothing about it. I'm like, Spoon, I'm just telling you, I'm not in the area and I'm not going over there, so it don't matter. You know, like I was. Well,
here's all we know. Here's all we know.
I was not there, and
because I don't have a time machine or the ability to teleport places. When I showed up, the remains of up to 3 mobile homes, 3 large mobile homes, may have been pushed into windrows, and we're all on fire at one time. And I don't believe whoever started that fire that was their intention. Because when I say like 3 windrows, I mean like collectively 200, 250 feet of fire, like just on fire in 2 different runs.
I had Emery. I did have Emery.
Yeah, but you weren't there, so you wouldn't know. Like so.
All I know.
I think that's the only thing that saved me was they're like, "What kind of idiot?" I'm like, "Look, dude, the guy's an idiot. Like, I paid a dude to be here. I don't know where he's at now." Like,
we went to eat, so we left.
And they were mad at me.
There was no fire. It wasn't go. It was wet. It was too wet to burn. So we're like, this is lame. So we left and we're eating.
For 2 days, I was out there just watching that fire with the tractor, pushing stuff around. And the fire, they would come by to check to see if I was still there at the fire department. Like, they were
and so
pretty upset.
So Spoon calls. I'm like, no, there's no way. There was no fire. There was no fire. He's like, no, I'm like, I'm telling you, man, shit's too wet to burn. He's like, I don't know. I got to go out there. And
that video is also on the internet a few places, I think.
Yeah, there was a little mistake there. We made some mistakes, Bernie. We're not perfect.
I mean,
well, the guy that Jason hired made a mistake, right?
Yeah, it was that guy.
Well,
we're like,
I told him he was an idiot. That's all I told him. I'm like,
I think he was trying to put it on me, but I wasn't showing up. I wasn't going to be a part of. I was like, I got my kid. I think I'm gonna head home. So it sounds like you got it. You don't need me there.
I just know
not around anyways.
There's a certain amount of calls I get from Corey that I would say it's probably 25% of phone calls are, "Hey, I got pulled over. You might have to come get me," or I just had a dude pull a gun on me at a property I was looking at.
That
did
does
happen.
also happen.
Like, so, you
or
know,
I've had to fight a crackhead.
I just wish there
with
was
the
like
gun in my hand.
like it rang on my phone like green or red, so I knew which one to answer and which one.
Yeah, I did. I did have a guy flash a. You know what I mean? He pulled his little
Yeah.
shirt up and put his hand on his gun. I was like, yeah, if you're wanting me to stop looking at you, that's not the way.
Yeah, no, that makes me want to watch everything
I'm just
you're
gonna
doing.
keep watching now. Like I'm like, you did not scare me. Like, you know, I'm in traffic. I can't drive off.
Like,
You know,
But you
can't-
did make me focus.
Yeah, you did make me focus. Now I got my hand on my gun too. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm fairly certain you haven't practiced much with yours. I've been shooting hogs with mine. Like, what do you I don't think you want to do this right now, but made it out of there. And then we immediately told that lady we're not buying that shithole. It's too far away. It's too dilapidated. And the quote unquote tenant is there with no power meter in, and made sure that I know that he's got a gun when all I was trying to he come out through the door while I was taking a picture.
you know who we should call? There's a dude that brags on the internet about buying trap houses. We should get him that lead.
I hope they cut that into a deal. I hope they cut that one out for you, Spoon, because you
That was good. That's it. Like that's all. I mean, that was
That's it.
good.
That's good. I mean, Trap House is so relevant. There's no
No, this is definitely
Like-
what that was.
like
A
3-2
shooting gallery. It could have been a lot of things. But
3-2
there was,
bricks are not trap houses.
no, well, you know, I guess is I'm not even getting going.
I-
there. But
I
would love to
I
see-
promise,
I don't know how that would work when you pull up in the limo.
dude. Well, this was this Wichita Falls.
Like,
It's
My people.
we've evaluated a lot of real estate right there in that little
Mhm.
area, and it's like the only area. I think Brandon owns 5 units there.
Yes.
I
That
think
might
it's
have
in
been
the
one of
same-
his.
No. This was 7 units. 7 units for $140,000, and we just walked away.
Mm,
Said, no,
that's
thank
right
you.
up me and Braxton's alley. That's right in the.
Let's see if I can send this picture. Let's see if I
Might
can
be.
do what.
Might be.
Let me see if I can
I
find
just meant
that.
price wise.
Yeah.
No, it's not a good. It's not a deal. It's not a.
Yeah, I was joking, but
Those 4 y'all are about to buy. Those 4.
money printer,
Dude, those are bangers.
ATM. Oh, it'll be that's the one to keep, man. That thing will be an ATM in
Yeah.
5 years.
Kevin
need
says
to,
Spoon isn't lying. RJ does say that.
What?
Oh man,
Oh, that's not RJ, bro.
he doesn't mean RJ.
Oh,
There you go.
So he threw me off with what he was saying.
I just sent you that picture.
Can I look at my
Soho.
phone? Oh, are you? I thought you were saying you sent it to me.
No, I sent it to Soho so
I
you can
got
put
you.
it on the screen.
Oh, sweet.
Put it on there for the viewers, my friend, my viewers. This is the vehicle that was parked out front. I rolled up, and one of the things I noticed was the city had came in and re-concreted that whole little area,
Mhm.
and the people that live there decided, you know what, fresh concrete needs, and Braxton would probably agree with this. What do you think it needs?
Fresh concrete.
Fresh concrete. City
Probably.
comes in, puts you in some fresh concrete. What do you do?
I don't know. Put some heavy on it, crack it a little bit.
Oh, I'm gonna go with a bunch of cans of latex paints that were just spilled all over the place.
Donuts.
Oh,
They did donuts.
in what, like a mini bike? Like
I
how
have
do you?
no idea because the vehicle. I don't know if they
I
can
mean,
see it
is
on the
that a
screen.
Dodge Durango?
It's a Dodge of some sort, doorless.
No door, but
No
but
doors.
that's pretty fly because you don't have to get in and out. Like you just dive in like
So you see the Passat. The Passat's
Nice.
classy ish.
Jetta.
mean- is it a Jetta? Okay,
That's your people.
those are my people. But then this was there, and I was
Corey
like, "What in the Sanford and
Loves
Sons is
cars
going
from
on?"
Germany.
And
So they repaved and then some donuts on it.
Why are the wheels so tiny?
let me see
on
if I
that
can
thing?
send all these. I'll send some more pictures. Let's see what else we got going on here. So, I took a lot of videos to do one fucking TikTok and then didn't do it. So I think I took a picture of the donuts.
I do a lot of
um,
those, then I forget.
Do what?
It's like so much work to put together TikToks and stuff.
Yeah, I did take a
Drafts.
picture of the donuts. It's a damn good donut picture there, and then
Now I got to compare.
I've never found that when somebody shows me a weapon, like they might brandish it and use it, that I wanted to look at them less. Like I just
Like, yeah, that's
what
you
I'm.
got my attention.
Sir, I'm going to keep looking at whatever's going on here.
And watch your movements.
I'm trying to. Where is the picture of
There you go.
the
I've done
dude
better.
walking out?
Oh, that's nice. Those look good. Those are good donuts, though. It's a single wheel, so it had to be a bike, man. Look how small that donut
It's
is.
like a crop circle.
So
Yeah.
No,
the
somebody
red
put their-
door,
their
the red
bike
door
in
in this picture, it's a live photo. So if you hold, I don't know if you can
You
get
ain't
it,
gonna
but you
be
can
able
see the
to.
door open as I'm taking the picture.
Him coming out.
Him coming out, and I was about to take another picture. So I took this picture. So I took that picture, and then I went over to take the picture of the duplex that's burnt down or whatever
Mhm.
it was. And when I took the picture of the duplex, whenever I turned back, he was standing there.
Hmm.
And I'm on the road, and there's cars in
Uh-huh.
front of me, and I'm like trying to go through this 4-way stop. I'm like, oh,
Like, how vigilant was he, though? That-
Well, he started out. He started out at like 10 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then worked his way down to say 7 o'clock. So the door right there, and then I was moving the camera to get the a straight on of those duplexes, and anyways, there's a car coming by. And anyways, he walked out and stood on that grass, and then he walked back to the lawn on the duplex. By the time he was on the lawn on the duplex, I was up the street.
At that intersection right
At
there.
that next intersection up there, I was up the street, but I had a car in front of me that was just kind of sitting there. And so I was looking at him through my mirror because he was just mean mugging me the whole time. Of course, I had a camera out, my window's down, so I get a good picture. Camera's out. I'm taking a picture of him and the place. He was really confused by it, but he wanted me to know that he had a gun. I didn't let him know that I had one though.
Did you think like, wow, that guy's really hard? Like he's tough.
Ah,
Is that what you thought? Like,
I was
that
just kind of
dude,
like,
he's a killer.
I knew for the neighborhood that I was going into that I needed to have mine ready.
Uh-huh.
So mine's got 45 rounds. It's a short barreled rifle.
What was he rocking?
Do what?
What was he rocking?
He was rocking actually, I guess mine's considered a pistol.
It's a pistol. It's definitely not an SBR.
I don't know what it's Shane's.
It's a pistol.
Okay. So it's a pistol, 45 rounds. Just, very easy to get from here to here,
Yes.
like super easy. And it's throwing heat. So who's John Hugh? John Jacobus? No,
I don't know. Ryan sent the maybe
Oh.
wrong message. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know who John is. It might be John Jacobus.
I have a mobile notary meeting here too.
Do you?
2:15. Yeah,
For what?
for the one that's closing today. Yeah, I didn't know if you want me to say it on the air. It's El Bar Mesa.
It's a sale, bro.
It's a sale.
Okay.
What's happening there, Spoonie? Give them the details.
Oh, I don't know. Remember the exact amount we're making? It wasn't much,
We're getting $4,600 at closing.
and we're
That-
spending $4,900 on a survey.
Are we?
It was in the contract.
Yeah, I think we're working out something with Kitty.
I agree there, but I couldn't talk to her yesterday, and I only got her for a couple minutes before the deal today.
I don't know what the deal. What was the deal with the survey? Who brought up the survey and why?
I don't know. I signed it at whatever point. It
Yeah.
may have been while I was wrecked.
And I don't think so. This one's been trying to close for a while. These people are going to haul those mobile homes off. What we should do, we never went and looked at it. Did you ever see it?
Hmm.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
How are the mobile homes?
The back one was kind of too covered up. The front one had a wall missing.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Good for them.
We got to find a place to put that other one if we can.
No, I know it's going to Frankston.
Oh, nice.
It's going to Frankston. We're gonna have to go do the. I was gonna tell you that today. We need to start working on that septic.
All right, I'll call and I'll call and get a survey done.
How do you transfer a mobile home like that?
What do you mean?
Like, do you
You
have to hire a
don't-
mover?
We'll call my mover. They'll apply for they have to apply for the permit to move it, and they'll do it all with the state.
Because you've always said attach an F-350 to it. Like, is that doable?
It is doable.
Physically.
Whoa, hold on.
How do
You're saying we can't legally do it?
That's what I'm implying. That is not legal.
Come
But
on.
If it's
now-
going, what if it's
if you're
going to our
pulling-
farm?
If you pull it with a tractor, it's 100% legal, right? Isn't
I
that
don't
what
know.
you figured out?
I don't know.
I think it's only if you're using a motor vehicle.
Tractors got motors.
Yeah, but like a licensed motor vehicle. I thought that came into play somewhere.
I think we'll need a hay bale for the front of a tractor. I think it'll wheelie it.
yours.
Yeah.
It doesn't wheelie the little one I have. Why would it wheelie that one?
You've hooked on to a trailer house?
Oh no. I'm sorry. I thought you meant that was kind of a joke. We did hook onto a trailer house with one in Alvarado. Remember, I pulled it, or in Granbury, I pulled it off the blocks and put it in the ditch.
You did?
Yeah,
With a tractor?
yeah, with Nick's tractor.
But that was 140 horse.
Oh yeah, it was, dude. We just pulled it right off the blocks and put it in the ditch, which turns out is a violation of DOT rules because there's a power line and some other stuff going on there. They were not happy with us.
Now, I'll tell you
They
what,
did hook onto that with the Suburban after they got the tires on it and drove it down. They actually didn't even put the tires on. They drove it down the street with rims.
I'll tell you, this is not legal advice. It's probably highly illegal. Mover, we were putting all the new mobile homes in Fort Worth, and we were hauling the old ones to my dad's place. So we're hauling it out there and just dropping them off. The mover had a flat on the mobile home and just left it on Highway 171. So I see this thing, like I'm like, that's definitely. So I turn around and I'm like asking questions like, hey, what happened? This and that. Anyways, next thing we know, it's tagged, okay, and then it gets removed, and so it's no longer there. So it never showed up out at my dad's. It never made the rest of the journey. We then get a letter from the tow company that we got to come claim it.
The mobile home?
The mobile home
So they just left the mobile home on the side of the road.
with a flat.
It got towed.
The state tagged it.
Where was it at when
Little
It was
orange
on-
tag.
It was on 171 between Hubbard and
oh crap!
Coolidge.
So
Between
did
Hubbard.
it?
No. We kept calling the mover. How we can't. We just discussed.
No, I mean, who towed it? Like, did you get it from the towing company, or did you just give it up?
Nah.
So, no,
Too stuffed up to think.
the towing company went and towed it off the side of the road, impounded it, and then wrote us a letter. Hey, if we want it back, we have to pay all these fees. And we're like,
Fuck that! You deal with it.
yeah, like what? No, I'm not going to pay.
That's now going to cost you $5,000 to put it in a dumpster.
Well, we were like, we sent it all to the mover. We're like, hey, mover, you got your mobile home, you got our mobile home impounded, and we never heard another word. Nobody ever reached out to us again about it. So, anyways, I mean, there might be something to that,
Might
just
still be there.
what?
Mobile home.
No, it's gone. It's impounded.
Well, that's what I mean. Like at the impound, they might just still have it.
I doubt
Remodeled it.
No, I doubt it.
No,
It's an office now.
bro. That's taking up their whole parking lot.
At 45 days, I think they try to auction them off or whatever. I think they got a process where they eventually
They
run
hit-
it through an auction.
They have to send you a certain amount of letters and everything, and if you don't respond or you just say no, then they can go through the state process of getting that blue title. Or in that case, it wouldn't be a blue title like on a car. It would just be
Something
going
for
to-
like
Yeah.
They get the title. They can get the title from the TDLR.
Yeah.
Or
Gotcha.
no,
TDHCA.
Either way, doesn't matter. If you take a mobile home to the dump, if you get the mover if you can find a dump that will take one in its full capacity, it's $3,500. Used to be. So they take it to the dump, it's $3,500. If the guy you hired to move it to a different property leaves it in the ditch and a tow company hauls it off,
$0.
you never pay the mover because he didn't deliver it, and the tow company. You know what I mean?
Dude, there was a.
That's not legal advice.
You know where Lido is?
This,
Lido's wonderful real estate in the North Texas area, right there at right before the exit to Davis Ranch. Somebody dropped the whole ass end of a mobile home. It broke off behind the wheels and was just dragging down the freeway. And they pulled it off in the ditch. It sat there for like 3 months. Nobody could figure out what to do with it because it was completely destroyed.
on my Instagram, if you go to my Instagram, you can see a picture of one that was in the ditch in West Texas, and somebody put a for rent sign for $2,500 on it.
There was probably people living in it out there. In
Nah,
that ditch.
It was just sitting there. I got some pretty cool pictures of it, but that was pretty funny. I was like, that's accurate.
Looking
That's
like
accurate.
North Dakota.
It's gonna be way. Oh man, we're in the be way back.
Braxton,
there.
when everybody's leaving North Dakota, when it all stopped,
What's it?
when the last oil boom up there stopped,
Yeah.
there was somebody stopped and just left their RV at this mechanic shop. So somebody else saw it, so they stopped and left. Before it was over with, this dude had like 500 RVs. People were just abandoning out there. He was like on the news begging people to stop bringing RVs because they were just lying down the ditch in front of his place. But people didn't want to take them. They were just getting in their cars and leaving that shithole trailer there.
It's one of those years, Corey.
No, I never worked in North Dakota. It's one of the.
You didn't miss anything.
I could have. I think you can probably get a job there now.
I've been a lot. Well,
I think anybody could get a job there.
I will say it is like the moose up there are freaking impressive.
I think
massively impressive animals.
moose. Oh well, all right, good for you.
Like
So
and
interest rates. No.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just-
mean, anyways, let's get let's see what our next topic is.
oh, topics.
What do you think about the current interest rates, Spoonie?
I don't think they affect me.
It says I'm fucking bulletproof.
I'm above the market.
I'm just saying, like on rentals, I don't think they affect us because they affect us on the refi process and things like that. But a lot of the interest rates are getting passed on to our in buyer.
In a way. I think there's a point there. I think there's a price point. I haven't researched it much, but I think the higher end stuff's going to get brutalized. And I think affordability is going. I think we're going to set a new benchmark for what affordable rent is. I think it used to be about $600 a month was bottom rent. You know, you could get that some places. I think it's going to be 800 minimum. I think any 3 bedroom is going to be a minimum of 1,000. I think any 2 bedroom is going to be a minimum 800. And that's pretty much any community you go into, mainly because, I mean, a lot of real estate changed hands. You got those old landlords that own these things cash that they're not very good. They're not in very good condition. That'll rent lower, but if you're going to maintain the property properly, with these interest rates, because every loan that you got right now is a variable interest rate. So think about stuff you bought 3 years ago that's about to readjust.
Yep.
It's on a 5-year arm or 3-year arm. I mean, they limit how much they can go up, but debt service is going to change for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people understand that old landlord that's renting like that. So we experienced this personally on some we bought in the town. I'm not gonna mention. They would let those old landlords that were not doing anything. They were part of the good old boy club. They would let them do that. The moment we would buy them,
What is the good old boy club?
the good old boy club? That's
Yes.
whoever's in charge.
Oh, it's weird.
What?
Articulate that clear, because I've Spoon's like they're just all out there.
So
How
Yeah,
does
well-
one join said club?
Yeah.
you don't. I
What
don't have the right
are
last name.
the
I wouldn't know.
requirements?
No, tell me about this good old boy club, because I think it's way simpler than that. But keep going.
Well, let me get to the premise of what I'm saying, then we can articulate what that is. The trailer we bought from what was that girl's name? I can't remember her name.
Huge tits.
I don't know. One of your girlfriends, whichever one that was. Sandra, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We bought a trailer from her.
Not huge tits.
It's in terrible condition. We had planned on fixing it up, getting it done. The city immediately red tags this thing, and we're like, "Bro, we've owned it a day." And they're like, "Yeah, we knew the landlord of these properties. We were happy to let them do that because we've known them for 40 years. They're doing the best they can. But your new landlord, you're going to fix it up to the standard we want." And so you have a confluence of these kind of problems happening in these small towns where they're wanting to fix them up, but they're happy to push that pressure on Braxton because he's a young guy and they don't care how much pain you have to feel.
Yeah, but that deal, even
I'm just talking about this. I'm using it as an example. We can talk about that deal.
30 grand, double wide,
Mm-hmm.
Cleburne, Texas, in
Yep.
town.
I'm in there all day.
Did we make money?
Hold on. Yep, maybe
We did
we'll
not.
make money. Okay, we lost.
If you owned it now, you would.
Exactly.
We wouldn't. Well, we would.
Absolutely.
We would have to
No.
spend 30,000.
What do you always tell
Yeah,
me
all right,
that
so
freaking
hold
lots
on.
go for?
Now let's rerun those numbers.
No, you don't know where that lot was.
Time out. 60,000, double wide, downtown Cleburne.
Probably still in there. Yeah, like
So why?
because if I'm still losing now, I won't lose before long.
I mean, there's just no way.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that.
Like-
Location,
But that's not my.
what's a $60,000 investment? 2% rental.
1,200.
What's the lowest number of bedrooms you've ever seen a double wide have?
2.
I've never seen a 2-bedroom double
Yeah,
wide.
you get those
double
weird,
wide?
like suite
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
I think they're all 3-2s, aren't they? At the minimum,
No, you can get
3-2
the
or
ones that have like
4-2.
2 master suites and stuff, but a normal one's 3-2.
3-2 or 4-2 seems like.
You're not bougie like the ones I look at.
What do you think that'll rent for in Cleburne, Texas right now?
3-2 double wide, 1,500.
16. But
Now, is your $60,000 investment? Is it? You still feel?
I'm probably pretty strong.
that has nothing to do with the point I'm trying to make. I'm just saying that I think that's one of the reasons that rent is going up on the new landlords, because they're having to invest money into these houses that weren't turned over.
Let's just back up. We pissed down our leg at the prospect of having to borrow money against that property in what, 2019?
Yeah.
2019. We got scared because we didn't believe in it as a rental.
And if we'd built those quads there, how good would we be doing right now?
Not as
What
good
if you
as
just
that, not as
left
good
what
as,
was there?
not as good as that fucking not near as good as that
Input
double wide.
cost.
If had we just nutted up, we could have borrowed the 60. We could have borrowed 75. The problem was, and this is a very important lesson. Where's Spoonie from?
Cleburne,
Who changes the market?
outsiders.
So Spoonie was negative on that because why? Where's it at, Spoonie?
Cleburne?
Well, no, what part
Hometown.
of what part of Cleburne?
Like, I don't know what you're getting at.
What part of Cleburne is that mobile home in? You told me over and over again.
Oh, it's on the east side.
Yeah, and what's the matter with the east side?
Nothing right now. Like it's a
Nothing right now. What's
At
the
the
problem
time,
oh,
with
at
the
the
east side?
time
perception.
you can give away lots over there. There was
According-
hundreds of empty lots.
According to Spoonie,
Mhm.
according to Spoonie, the Cleburne homer, it was hopeless.
I did not say that. I didn't even know what I was doing in 2019.
We
How many more years had you been in that business?
So exactly. So if you don't know what you're doing,
Right.
can't you infer that good probability that you probably said something like that?
Yeah, he did.
I'm not saying that I didn't, but he's putting it on me like as the decision maker. I didn't even know.
No.
But the moment that you're
I'm not. I'm simply saying we sold it at a loss to get away from it because we were too chicken shit to be landlords. Because Spoonie didn't believe in the east side. And that ain't nobody's
I didn't-
fault. It's a simple point. You bring me
no,
a
that's not
deal-
what I didn't believe in.
Hold on,
I
you-
didn't believe in our
you-
ability to get business done at that time in that town.
we could have got it done. Let's first off, we could have got it done. Even the 5-plex that we bought for 70 or
It's-
60 or whatever it was.
No,
Yeah, whatever we bought, whatever we paid for it, we could have put the 200 or 300 it would have took to make that perfect into it and made out like a bandit. Made out like a bandit.
they would have. Well, I don't think we could have on that one.
We
They
could
finally
have.
forced them to tear it down.
But we sold it for 140.
We did not.
What did
We
sell
sold
for?
that one for a $3,000 profit. We bought it for 35 or 40
And
and sold it for $3,000 more.
no, we didn't sell. For
We made $3,000
We
more.
might have made $3,000, but we didn't sell for $3,000 more. Your input, we can pull the comps. We can go pull the comps. Now,
The comps don't matter. It's a fucking lot right now.
it is a
They
lot right
forced
now.
them to raise it to the
They
ground.
didn't have the skill set to take that on, but we are not them. We could have hit a licky, a little.
Yeah, I just
licky.
don't think they'd let us keep it multifamily. They
You
would have
hear-
forced the single.
Do you see how?
I
That's
just
what
think
they
it's
told
the
us.
difference between you driving here in a Matrix versus a Ferrari today. If you would have still had that,
I think. But do you hear how the expert comes out?
It's not an expert. That's what they told me. They said they didn't want it there.
Do you hear the expert?
How when the whole city's telling you we don't want this here or it has to revert to single family.
the city told you that.
Yes.
You said, "Hey, here's my plans. Here's what I want to do."
He didn't. He never went before a committee.
I did.
No, you didn't. You
I
didn't go
went to the fucking meetings.
You went to the meetings. You didn't go to the meetings with a blueprint, with plans and funds. Look, I've done it. I went to the city. City said, this house right here is set to be torn down.
Mm-hmm.
I said, whoa. I went in there. I had little M's. She was still in a diaper. She had a little diaper on that ass. Go in there. She shit in the meeting.
Yeah, none of that matters for your story.
She took a dump.
Like,
The place
you can
smelled,
hurry the story up.
the
It doesn't
place
need
smelled like shit. But you know what I stood there
the
with?
verbosity.
It smelled like shit. Do you know what it's like to go before a committee smelling like shit, holding a shitty baby diaper? I was holding her like this.
I've had kids shit on me lots of
Right.
places.
And I stood there. And you know what they said? They said, we want to give the kid a chance. Now, I was 31 at the time, 32-ish, right? So I was a kid. Nice, young, spry Corey standing there, holding my baby with my plans and my money. And they would look through it, and they voted, and they gave me a chance. You know what that property is? Property is 1310 Tabor Street, Waco, Texas. Google that bitch.
Well,
Been in our rental portfolio ever since. But
I'll agree with you on the trailer. I won't agree with you on that fiveplex.
I'm not asking for agreement. I am simply making a point. Who changes the market?
Outsiders change the market.
Why do they change the market?
They don't have perceptions of it. They just
They
have
don't
the
have-
data.
They don't have that negative perception. They don't believe in the good old boy. That this and this. They don't know.
There's
They
data.
don't care. They just go in with data. They go in with money. They go in and say, hey, I'm optimistic. I can get this done. Here's my plan. Here's my money. I'd like for y'all to work with me. And 9 times out of 10, the city wants tax revenue. They want a better looking property. Believe me, they don't want to collect tax revenue on a goddamn lot. Those people were clowns. That's why they couldn't get it done. We're not clowns, Spoonie. We could have got that done.
Well, I think you're wrong on that one, but I'll agree with you on the other one.
But either way, that landlord mentality is strong. If you're afraid to own a rental, you might need to get out of real estate right now. Today is the day I'm going to tell you, if you're afraid to own a rental, get out of real estate. Go to Bitcoin. What are some of the other? Become a health guru.
Yeah, it's a big one.
What? A credit
Life coach.
life coach.
No, you got to be a credit fixer. That's a good
credit
one.
fixer.
That's a strong move.
What else is there?
We'll do 10 more minutes of the stream. Keep talking about this. I'm come out there real quick.
Okay,
All right.
so
Soul Hill's coming out, and we're going to talk for 10 more minutes.
yeah. So what effect on type of investment? I think interest rates are going to push cap rates up. What do you think, Braxton?
I don't really know. I mean, that makes sense if you're not able to get as much, but it's like at the same time, if you can start increasing the rent, do you think it would have not as much of an effect? Because
I mean, the value's going to be the same.
yeah, but your gross rent's going up.
Gross rent's going up, so your NOI is going up. Cap rate's going down. Value staying the same.
That makes sense.
Cap rate's going up, so value staying the same.
It's not affected because
I mean, you'll still have the equity that you started with,
mhm.
but you most likely paid for that equity. Your value add, there's going to be I mean, I was running the math on it one day just out of curiosity. So like we just got a 6.9 cap in Wortham. Yeah, in the 6s in Wortham on that appraisal, I believe. Do you believe that?
Yeah,
I don't. Do you?
That seems like a tertiary market.
I'll believe what's on paper.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, you believe it, but you were like, I mean, I tend to think of that market 8 to 10.
Yeah, but what would you call Hillsborough?
Hillsborough is a tertiary market, but Hillsborough has a Walmart. Hillsborough has a college. Hillsborough has an interstate. Hillsborough has 40 other apartment complexes. Hillsborough is what can you be in downtown Fort Worth? An hour?
Yeah, hour flat
So it's a bedroom community.
and hour from Waco. It's actually a pretty good location.
Not even. I mean, it's even closer. It's like it's got a lot.
It's like 20
really
minutes
going
from
for
Waco. So it's a bedroom community where
What does a
affordability
bedroom community mean?
means I can live there and travel to go to work. But I believe overall in Hillsborough, I believe the cap rate we got on it more than I believe the cap rate we got on
What was
Wortham.
that?
It was in the 5s. I believe that because I believe it's a small enough purchase that somebody could come in cash. That's a single family home in California. Now, same thing can happen in Wortham. No doubt about it. Somebody could stroke a check in 5 minutes. So, it probably won't be as affected by interest rates, but it's also Wortham. The only thing Wortham has going for it is that's one apartment complex. That's one-on-one apartment complexes. And the day there's two, that apartment complex will be way more valuable. That's just how that works. You cannot build against that. You can't afford to build against it. He can't afford to build against it. Mm-hmm. And whenever you can afford to build against it, guess what? What already exists is worth more too.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about
sense.
It. That's why these small town apartment complexes, everybody sleeps on them. But guys, come build one. Come add more inventory to this town.
Well, you found the guy in the areas that we were haunting down 377 that was he was going town to town just building USDA apartment complexes.
He wasn't building them. He was buying them out of savings and loans crisis.
Oh, okay. I thought he was building them.
Oh, no. We're talking about, I'm
talking about the builder that had built a business model around just slapping these things down.
Out of Mississippi. But that's a whole different hustle. That's a developer that's making money on the build. You know what I mean? He's making money every step along the way, and ending up with the inventory is just the little cherry on top.
I guess what I was trying to reinforce was the opportunities in these little towns that people aren't seeing.
Yeah, they are. But I hate the fact that somebody came to Comanche, Texas and built USDA apartments. Mm-hmm. I hate it.
You didn't do it?
No. It competes against my old 1980s inventory. Where do you want to live? 1980s apartment or 2017?
2017.
No. I hate it.
I like the yellow linoleum and the.
It took my product and made it less valuable, in that sense that competing on that lease up was hard. Pecos, we're getting ready to list our little thing in Pecos that we got out there. We're getting ready to list it simply because what's the price of oil right now?
I don't remember.
High,
even though we just looked at it.
Yeah.
It's high.
It's like, damn it.
Sorry, you made me laugh, bro.
Anyways, so we're gonna list it and see if it'll sell. Just see if we can get out of there. But if it doesn't, you know what I mean. If it doesn't sell, the rents there of $2,500 a unit will buoy us for a while. I mean, but the reason why rents got affected there negatively is because they built a 1,000-unit apartment complex.
Dude, we lost our list of stuff to talk about. I don't know what to do with my hands now.
You got some Ricky Bobby hands? Tell everybody to go watch on YouTube.
What's old Daily saying there? What do we got?
They're saying some stuff.
Like
this was referring to Good Old Boys Club. Said you're born into it based on last name.
Kevin, you don't know how many opportunities you're missing out on right now. You got to join us.
That's a weird.
I was just trying to do something weird. Shout out to the one person that's
Speaking of, John's out in the green room. He said you told him to come here, Corey. He's watching.
John.
Should he just come in?
Oh, John Jacobus. Yeah, I'll switch chairs with him.
Spoon, you're going to leave?
I don't know. What do you want him to do? Sit on my lap? It's
we're gonna leave this, and then you're gonna have to catch this next one on the next podcast.
On the flip flop.
Well, I can set you up.
Yeah, we'll get 4 cameras set up.
Yeah.
Or Spoon, you can sit in my lap.
But guys, probably
I just didn't know if you wanted him on this stream or not.
No. If you want to see,
share that chair.
If you want to see us talk to John, you're going to have to go subscribe to the YouTube. You're going to have to go to YouTube. You're going to have to watch on YouTube. You're going to have to catch it on YouTube. It'll never touch Facebook, except if I share it in the link on YouTube. But we're going to get out of here. John's a broker, so he's going to have a lot of information. He's going to school Spoon up. So let's roll. See y'all. Deuces. Subscribe, like. If you like what you've seen here, find Braxton on Tinder and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just keep swiping. He's on there.